Recently, I've been getting really into shiny hunting and Pokemon Scarlet. Oh my gosh! I didn't even save. Oh dear god. And as I was shiny hunting, I realized I don't have a shiny of my favorite Pokemon. Now, what is that Pokemon, you may ask? Turtwig. Now, this may be boring to some people, but may I present to you Turtwig, but blue. He's just a little guy. How could you hate him? But I couldn't just do it in Scarlet. No. I had to go above and beyond. I wanted it in every single Pokemon game I own. Granted, he's not in a whole lot of Pokemon games, but there are a few and I do own them, luckily. Before I get any further into the video, I just wanted to thank you guys for the vast amount of love that you have shown on my first ever video. I didn't even expect 4 people to see it, let alone 14,000 of you have seen it. So I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for all of your kind words and support. With that being said, let's continue with the video. Pokemon Platinum was the first Pokemon game I had ever played. I went into it completely blind. I had no idea what the story was, and little did I know it would have my absolute favorite Pokemon ever as a starter. Now, since Turtwig's first appearance is in Generation 4, I immediately ran into a problem. Can you guess what that was? Yeah, I didn't own any physical copy of any Pokemon Generation 4 game. And after looking at the prices, with some of them ranging from $200 to $2,000, I knew what I had to do. I booted up BDSP. Pokemon Platinum was the 3rd game of Generation 4. It came with a bunch of new quality of life features that Diamond and Pearl lacked. Unfortunately, BDSP does not have these quality of life features that were implemented in Platinum, but they did update shiny odds from being 1 in 8192 to 1 in 4096. Huge win for us here. I was looking at 1 minute and 30 seconds per reset. And if you do the math, that is around 50 soft resets per hour. So if you kind of do more math on that, that is over possibly 100 hours of soft resetting. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Dare I say, shiny hunting a starter Pokemon is not for the weak. The beauty of shiny hunting is you never know when you're going to get the shiny. Unless that happens. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. This was my first ever full odds shiny hunt, and I wanted to hunt Turtwig since he was the first Pokemon I ever grew a connection with. And safe to say, I fully underestimated how long this was going to take. Eventually, days turned into weeks, and I think I was losing brain cells by the minute. Are you good? Oh my god, I'm not. Hell yeah, 1,000, what the yeah. I gotta be honest, there wasn't much to talk about during this. I was watching YouTube and watching streams as I was clicking the A button over and over again. Hitting this button so freaking hard. And by this point, my hands were cramping, my fingers were broken, and my arms felt like they were about to fall off. I truly applaud anyone who can do this consistently. I don't know if I want to hit 1,200 or 1,300 today. Eventually, we hit week 2, and after I had just got done discussing how long I wanted to shiny hunt for the day, something happened. Can you guess what it is? I'll give you a hint. It involves a shiny. Oh my god! Oh my god! Shiny Turtwig! Whoa, okay. Let's cut to when I'm just a little bit calmer. Way under odds, too. That's so good. And it's a satisfying number, too. 1, 2, 3. Are you kidding? Okay. Well, thanks for watching. I had finally gotten my hands on a shiny Turtwig. The feeling I had gotten whenever I finally got him was so amazing. I can't imagine how long it would have taken if I had exceeded that. But with me being the way that I am, we were far from finished. So what was next? Turtwig is a Pokemon that doesn't show up much in Legends Arceus. In fact, he's in one location and one location only, and there's usually 1 to 2 Turtwigs that spawn. Thank God for mass outbreaks. So I set sail on the first Turtwig mass outbreak I found. I was prepared for this to take a really long time, especially since... Yeah, it quite literally only took 1 attempt. The first mass outbreak I encountered, I got him. Cinema. Now, as happy as I was to see my shiny boy, something was missing. I needed something to fill the void in my heart. I needed something better. And what's better than a shiny Turtwig? Big shiny Turtwig. So I did what every sane person does, and I started hunting for an alpha shiny Turtwig. Surely it can't be too hard, right? Right? By feeding Maze Munchlax, you're actually able to see what the outbreaks are. The process was reload in Jubilife Village, find the massive mass outbreak in the Mirelands, go there, save, feed the 5 Aguaf berries to the Munchlax, and if there was no Turtwig outbreak, I would reset the game. If there was a massive mass outbreak, I would go to the outbreak and go through it to see if I could get the second horde of alpha Turtwigs. And this took, as you can guess, a very long time. Every time that I had found an outbreak, the second wave would always be Grottle. No. Every single time. Oh, brother! I was starting to think I had turned crazy and that it wasn't even possible to get a second wave of Alpha Turtwig.
Little acorns. Even sounds like acorns whenever you hit the ball on their head.
But I wasn't going to get up. But I wasn't going to give up. After countless hours of resetting, I had finally found it. We found the horde we were looking for, but what now? When you boot up the game, a random seed is generated, which means the Pokemon in the outbreak will always stay the same. And in this case, the second wave of my outbreak will always be Alpha Turtwig, and the Alpha Turtwig will have the same exact stats in every reset. Or will they? With outbreaks, the first 4 Pokemon spawned are always the same. Depending on how you interact with the Pokemon, and the following Pokemon, in this case the second horde, will have different RNG seeds. This works because the outbreak isn't updated until the end of the battle. However, Turtwig is docile. In Legends Arceus, if you start a fight with a docile Pokemon, the others run away. There is no possible way to get 2 encounters at once, right? Wrong. In the outbreak I found, there's an Alpha Grottle that spawns in with the 3 Turtwigs at the start. With this Grottle being there, I can actually drag 2 Pokemon into battle at once by throwing something at the Alpha, making it target me, and then throwing my Pokemon between the 2 Pokemon. With this, I can also do the permutation with 2 or 4 KOs, with the second 2 KO being with the Grottle that spawns after catching or killing 2. This was insane luck that I had. If I didn't have the Alpha what? Alpha Grottle. Oh my god. If I didn't have the Alpha Grottle or the This was insane luck that I had. If I didn't have the Alpha Grottle or the Grottle that spawns in the outbreak, I would have had to restart my hunt for the Alpha Turtwig horde after just 8 permutations. If you asked me to repeat what I just said without a script, I wouldn't be able to. I had no idea what I was doing. This is how desperate I was. And with consistent willpower and many hours of questioning if this method even works, I struck gold. Oh my god! Oh my god! And it's a woman! Look at him! Her! Look at her! Shiny Alpha Turtwig. And she's a woman. Could it get any better than that? She's beautiful. I'm so happy. Now, as exciting as this all was, I still had a whole nother region to tackle. But there was one problem. Turtwig doesn't exist in the main game. Instead, he is found in the DLC Terrarium. And with me being quite new to Pokemon, I did not have any of the DLC done. So let's complete that really quick. Now that we have saved the region yet again, it is time to finally do the Turtwig outbreak. Shiny hunting of Scarlet is pretty self-explanatory. You find an outbreak of the Pokemon of your choice, defeat the Pokemon with auto battle until you get this ominous message, make a sandwich to increase your shiny odds, and continuously respawn the outbreak. Unfortunately, Turtwig spawns in the worst possible biome ever, as the outbreak spots are pretty terrible and are usually on the edge of a cliff. Luckily, it didn't take too many resets until I had found a decent spot. Turtwig in this game is so tiny and adorable. I didn't even think it was possible for Turtwig to get even cuter, but as small as he is, it made it very difficult to even see him. And wait, what is he doing? Oh no, please don't jump off the... Oh man, it just keeps going. The goal in mind here was to get 3 shiny Turtwig and evolve 2, so that I can have Grottle and Torterra as shinies as well. There's another! Look at all of these attacks that this thing used on me. This one also used a lot of attacks on me. Oh man. Anyways, after a few hours of shiny hunting, I was able to obtain all 3 shinies and evolve 2 of them. This might be a hot take, but why did they take away his teal shiny color in Torterra? It is an absolute crime. What did they do to my boy? It's over. To be honest with you, I was kind of sad whenever this whole saga ended. It included my first true shiny hunt, and I will never forget the amazing feeling of getting a shiny after hours and hours of resetting. It, weirdly enough, made me feel like a kid again, even though I had never played Pokemon as a kid. This video was actually some of the most fun I've ever had while playing a game, and I'm so glad I got to share my journey with you guys. As always, thank you so much for watching, and leave a comment down below if you enjoyed this video and what else you would like to see. Until next time.